Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we're jumping into the third and final stage of the Shadow Dragon event that has released today, which is of course EIS Shenron. We only have the Sin one left to go now, which comes out in part 3, which is of course the new hardest event in the game. We did also, funnily enough, find out on JP today that JP is getting a stage 8 with the reveal of the LR Omega Shenron. So considering that stage 7 is technically Sin, I'm assuming that means the new stage is actually going to be Omega. So that's kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see what that ends up looking like on the JP side. So unfortunately, Kid Goku locked in the middle. Definitely not where I wanted him to be. I did want to get the 24 key super with these guys, but probably best to keep them on rotation. Of course, just one shy of the 6 orbs for Kid Goku. But let's see how we get on. So the most annoying thing about EIS is going to be the fact that he locks you in place. I already mentioned it in the earlier video, but against I think Naturon, but it's my least favorite mechanic. I mean, I mention it all the time, so even if you didn't watch that video, you've probably heard me say it before. It's my least favorite mechanic. You spend, you know, all this time setting up your rotations, and then the game just decides to mess them up for you. But he also disables dodge, so you might be thinking, why are you running double God Goku in a stage where he disables dodge? But obviously God Goku, still very strong unit, can build up to a lot of defense, and has type advantage. That's one of the main reasons. And then of course his team is just really, really good. There's a lot of really strong super physical, like Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans. Obviously we have the 8th anniversary LR GT Buu duo on here as well. I think I've got Ultimate Gohan on the team. I kind of need to get him maybe paired up with like Path to Power Kid Goku or something, so we can make sure we're getting the orbs that we need for him. Because him on the team, I do like physical LR Ultimate Gohan, but you kind of do need to build the team around him. And on this team build that I've brought, we haven't really done that. So there is of course the possibility that he's not going to look super good in this run, but I guess we'll see. So I've already seen some people saying from the comments on the Naturon video that I'm recording this just after that one went up. So I've already seen some people saying that they've had some issues with this guy because of the rotation locking. But I mean, funnily enough, I would have put God Goku in slot 1 anyway, so don't really need to worry about that. They do share shocking speed. The problem is I want to get 6 orbs with him, not necessarily for the guard, because we don't really need that, but more so for the ability to get the guaranteed additional super, so we can actually start building up the stacks, because that's going to be more important considering the fact that we can't dodge. Because yeah, you can see straight away, without getting any stacks, we take a couple of thousand. So that means once we actually do start to get some of these defensive stacks off, then obviously we are going to tank these normal attacks for double-digit damage. We do a pretty reasonable amount of damage as well. Nova definitely doesn't seem to have as much health, or sorry, EIS, as some of the previous ones. Naturon actually seems like he was the most tanky one so far, because, I mean, this is turn 2, and we've already done like half of the damage. So I guess the rotation locking is obviously supposed to be the main, like, challenge of this phase, but I don't know, like, is it just me, or does this phase seem way easier than the previous ones? I mean, obviously I'm using a very powerful team, but I mean, we're certainly not struggling at all here. So yeah, maybe I'll do a secondary run. If this one is really quick, I might throw in a secondary run, because I know obviously God Goku has only released on 1 banner for Saiyan Day, and if you didn't pull him then chances are you won't have him. But I mean, yeah, this is turn 2, and we are, I would imagine, probably going to win on the next turn. I guess the only thing that can really screw you over, of course, is if he like locks a unit that really shouldn't be in slot 1 in slot 1. That will obviously be quite bad, but I mean, he locked God Goku in slot 1 again. So yeah, GG. Sorry EIS, I guess it's going to be all over for you here. We can get, I might as well just get the 24 key rather than trying to get the 7 orbs and see if that happens naturally, which it did not, but I don't think it's really going to matter, right? God Goku in slot 1, the Buu duo getting 24 key. I mean, you can see again, God Goku does take some damage without having gotten any stacks off yet. But yeah, I guess him getting super attacked immediately in slot 1, based on how much damage he took from the normal attacks, I suppose he probably would get killed. but I don't know if I've just been like super lucky today with some of these runs, but I mean, this is legitimately my first attempt at this stage, and yeah, there you go, we smashed it. The recording time is already at like, what, just over 5 minutes, and we've already done it, so this was by far the shortest one. He doesn't have 2 phases, does he? No, he doesn't. Wow. Yeah, that was by far the easiest one. So let me come back with another team that isn't God Goku, just to maybe make it a little bit more difficult. Maybe we'll try out the using the actual 7-year LR Super Saiyan 4s, because not only are they physical, they've been back at least twice now, so hopefully it's a bit more likely that some of you guys out there will actually have them. So yeah, we'll use a slightly different team here. I always, like I say, still like to get the results. I started the stage before I started recording, and then when I saw that I had a good starting rotation, I went and got myself a drink and stuff. So the time is way longer on the event thing than it actually took, as you can see from the video. But there's our 5 stones and the second to last piece of the Shadow Dragon support memory. We'll get the last one when we beat Sin Shenron. But yeah, super easy. So maybe I just got really lucky. Let me jump back in with a different team. Okay, so we're going to run it back here with the LR Super Saiyan 4's team. This is definitely a considerably weaker team build than the one that I used earlier. So we'll see how this plays out now in terms of the overall power. That's a lot of orbs that we could get for Trunks and Giru. So let's do this. I don't really care that much about Vegito super attacking. And then yeah, we'll do this. So it gives everybody else the extra support. Gives Trunks and Giru some pretty decent buffs as well. And we did manage to get... Actually, no, we have to get 20 key, don't we, with the Super Saiyan 4s. That's alright. We got type advantage. Obviously, as the Super Saiyan 4s start to do their super attacks, they're going to take less and less damage from ice. Because the thing is, like, they only have their guard for 1 turn. But that doesn't really matter against ice because he is int. So... of course he's going to super them straight away. So how much does he do? Still 200k. So I mean, I guess he can still hit like certain enemies or certain units fairly hard, even with the type advantage. But I do feel like overall he doesn't hit as hard as like Nova, for example. I wonder which one actually does have the higher stats, because after the way that first run went, I do really feel like the locking is really the only like difficult thing about this fight, right? Like if you get the worst possible unit locked in slot 1, then that's where you're potentially in trouble. Whereas like here, we didn't get a unit locked in slot 1 at all, so we are good to go. Do this. Ideally, I want to get as many orbs for GT Goku as possible. I mean, I did bring along Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. I do like this unit, but obviously he's until he gets his EZA in November, he's definitely not like the best unit, but he could counter a super, which would be pretty cool. And he is providing support to the LR Super Saiyan 4s, because remember, he gives 20% attack and defense and 1 key to giant 8 power characters. So the Super Saiyan 4s are getting buffed simply by him being on the rotation with them. So we get the additional from the passive. Can we trigger the hidden potential one from this one as well? We do not, because I figure that Nova, it seems like he also has less health than some of the other ones, right? Because, I don't know, I feel like maybe, again, that first run was just super, super lucky, but I feel like we got through that first one really, really quickly, so, I don't know. But yeah, we didn't get supered on Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, so hopefully Goku doesn't get supered here. I mean, you can see with some of the units that we've brought, like, this team is considerably weaker than the one that I used in the first part. But we haven't really been having a lot of trouble. And there's no super on this first turn, which we can see thanks to Piccolo having the Scouter effect. So, yeah, we're in a pretty good spot here. We can't get a super for Vegito regardless, so we might as well do this and connect up these orbs here so we can get more orbs for the Super Saiyan 4s. And yeah, Piccolo, a bit more damage than I would have liked for Piccolo, but he's going to raise defense here. And Vegito locked in the middle, all of those attacks are normals, so he's going to take double digits. Because if there's one thing that the EZA for physical Super Vegito is good at, it is tanking normal attacks. Like, he tanks basically every normal attack in the game pretty much for double digit damage, and so we've got type advantage here, right? So he's not doing a ton of damage back with the counters, but You know, we're still doing extra damage here, essentially for free, because we're just taking double digits. So plus he does build up ki by getting hit, so in the subsequent turns it's not going to be as hard for him to hit his super attacks. So I mean, considering again how much weaker this team is than some of the more top tier options you could be running, I would say that this run is going pretty well. I mean, we have lost a decent amount of HP, I'm not going to lie. So, I mean, the wrong unit taking a super and it is over. But, I mean, yeah, here's another super from the LR Super Saiyan 4s. So, I mean, some of it comes down to luck. I mean, if you bring a powerful enough team, like your best 200% team, and then you could bring, like, the Senzu Bean as the item, and then chances are you are... ooh, do I put them in slot 1 and go for the support? The only problem is if it is a super in slot 1, I do die. But I mean, it's not like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is guaranteed to counter a super, so I don't know. Because I could pick up the orbs here, get the extra support, and then the super attack from the active skill, I should say, from Gogeta is going to do even more damage. So I guess I will do that. And then yeah, we'll do the Big Bang Kamehameha here. We get the crit, 10 million damage. So basically, as long as Trunks and Giru don't get killed in slot 1 here, which will only happen if they get supered, then we should have won now with this team, with Trunks and Giru, GT Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito on the team, and 145k. So it's a good thing he didn't super, but there you go, he didn't super. So Gogeta coming in with the 10 million attack stat here. Action break the first attack away as well. Big damage. Didn't get the crit though. Sorry, didn't get any additionals. Will Vegito actually finish him off? It'd be kind of funny for Super Saiyan 4 Vegito to get the W here as well. He actually did. Oh, okay. He did. I was going to say, that was not the best damage, but then he comes in clutch with the additional super with the crit. So, I mean, there you go. That's how easy this ice stage is, right? Literally, it's just a case of if the wrong units get locked, then you're going to die. But you just need to bring your best, like, strongest 200% team. Obviously, ideally, not too many, like, tech units. And then if you get a really bad turn of locking, you could just bring the Senzu Bean as your item. And I didn't use items on either of these two runs. And I didn't use support memories either, which you could do. So these 3 stages, while they are significantly harder than the first 3 and definitely could present a little bit of a challenge, I don't really see anyone struggling with this one, especially when you factor in that you can just use items and support memory. So yeah, there you go. That was EIS Shenron. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know what team you guys used for this one. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.